Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mariah, and today I'll be doing a movie review on the newest movie that just came out this Valentine's Day called Fantasy Island. I was about to say Fellas Island, but nope, that's not what it's called. Anyways, okay, Fantasy Island was a really cool, chill movie. I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't bad, and it wasn't super dorky or cheesy, in my opinion. I love movies very much, so I watch all sorts of movies, remakes, depending on if I really think it's worth it, and if it's a movie I think they're gonna justify from the old version very well, I guess you could say. We're not gonna talk about Hellboy because no, thank you. But anyways, Fantasy Island was really cool. In case you guys don't know or never seen the trailer, it's actually about people coming to this island or resort, I usually say, or the resort on the island, and their promotion is that if you come to this island, you have your deepest, truest fantasies get to come true, and you get to live your fantasies there on this island. So the people do know this as they're coming to the thing. They don't just find out. So they meet the main guy of the resort, and he's there to fulfill their fantasies. Um, whether it's dark, whether it's the dark fantasy or a meaningful fantasy or like a regret, I guess you could say, which I thought was kind of weird because in the movie there was some people that had fantasies. Like, okay, so the main guy, the not the main guy, he's not like the main character, it's just like all the people that came to the resort. His biggest fantasy was to join the army, to enlist to the military. And so they made that come true, which I was like, okay, I could see that as a fantasy, But then one person actually had regrets, which I thought was weird because how do you put regrets, like, how does that fit into like the fantasy side of it? Like, regrets to me is a whole different thing, but I don't know. You guys can leave in the comment how you think that works. Because I guess your fantasy could be to make up your biggest mistake, maybe, but who knows? I kind of didn't like that much of it, but reading too much into it. Anyways, so besides that, this movie had a twist to it, which I think, unlike most people out there, they love movies with twists because you're so consumed into the movie and like invested into watching it that when you do watch it and then you figure out, wait a minute, what just happened? Like, when there's like a shocker or surprise, you're like, oh my gosh, like that just makes the movie so much, in my opinion, 100 times more better because like you didn't see that coming. I hate it when I watch movies and like you could already start piecing things together before it even gets you to the end of the movie, or let alone to like you're in the middle of the movie and you already figure it out. So it kind of ruins the fun and the enjoyment of watching the movie because you kind of like, oh, I already know who the murder mystery person is, or I already know who the killer is. Like, like after, it kind of just ruins the surprise, if any of you guys know how that feels. I watch movies too much, so I really know like how much what I'm looking for and what I enjoy in them. Other than that, this movie was very, what did I say? Very sorry. It was very well made, which means like it wasn't all over the place. Like it wasn't jumping from, it took your time through each character, even though what little time you had with them. So you knew where they were coming from in their fantasies, let alone you were learning, you weren't getting too much information and you weren't getting too much dialogue, which means like you weren't getting like this long black flash of a of a story about what the character's going through and how they got here. So that's what something that I appreciate too, is when they just, they get straight to the point. You get to know the character, you get to know what their lifestyle was like and what their personalities are like, very fast and very and still feel that kind of connection through the movie, where you're not getting bored, and you're not getting bored fast, and you're not losing any interest in like the characters, or you're thinking that they're stupid, and it's just like you're getting kind of annoyed to the point where you don't want to watch it anymore, or you start to get distracted about things around you. So I really appreciate that, how fast they were able to give us that one-on-one connection with how like the one main short blonde girl, she had she was bullied, and they just summed it up real quick of how the torture she went through and how it affected her life. With the other main girl, I believe she's more like conservative, like businesswoman. She was more like elegant. She had like more of a independent but very cautious look to her, like very very businesswoman like. To me, she just looked very respectful. Which she was very pretty, by the way, too. And with her story, she was kind of like the mystery in the group for me, because she was talking too much, but you knew she was skeptical for some reason, like about this fantasy island. Because everybody knew coming to this island that their fantasy was going to be laid out. They just didn't know that it was going to be real, as you could say. They just thought, like, they're coming, hotel employees were just going to act, all action thing, but then it turns out to be real. So, and there's these two brothers that are like married to stepmom, whatever, married into the family, which I thought was pretty funny, because who doesn't love comedy and horror, which I do, as long as it's not super cheesy. The comedy and horror played really well together, let alone the seriousness of this movie. It was very, like, not super intense, but it was very serious and very, like, kept moving forward. Like, it wouldn't stop and then you're like, what the hell just happened? Like, it's not a confusing movie. I really personally enjoyed it. I think they did a very good job with the twist, because I did not get to figure it out later until like the middle of the movie, and then I still had a couple of scenes to watch it, even though I had to kind of explain it to some people after watching it. But who knows? Everybody has their different opinions on how endings work. But yeah, this is my first movie review, and this is my first channel. Obviously, I'm going to be doing more movie reviews, and I'm also into lipstick, so I will be having a lipstick channel as well that's going to be called Mariah's Glam, and we'll be reviewing my different kind of lipstick colors and brands, because I'm very picky. Nobody loves lipstick that's like dry and makes you look cracked, dried up, and very cloud-like. You like very like soft lipsticks. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys subscribe and see my next upcoming videos and join me in my movie journey.